All right. Hi, guys. How's everything going on? I'm Shubhi Asthana. I'm from IBM Research Almaden, and I'm going to be talking about the work that we have been doing for the past 3 to 4 years. It's building the data analytical tool set for services. This we have been building for IBM services for the past 3 4 years, and it's been doing great. So I thought I would introduce you to that. A short bio. So I've been at IBM Almaden as a senior software engineer for the past 5 years now, and I have been working in the areas of cloud services, predictive analytics, etc. And I love blogging on Medium, so follow me there or LinkedIn if you're looking for jobs. We're not actively hiring, but more on that in the Q&A, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick brief description of an outline of what we're doing. So IBM and other service providers, we tend to compete to win contracts with clients. So we have big clients who want to get a large set of services like mainframe, storage, servers, and networks, etc. And we have clients all over the geography. So we have in Europe and Asia, Latin America, and of course US. So these contracts that we are competing, they are quite high value. They start from 1 to 5 million and can go upwards. So there's obviously to win a contract, it takes some considerable amount of time and dedicated resources, dedicated salespeople who are always negotiating with the client, understanding the market scenario and understanding what the client wants, and then getting back to them. So winning each contract is like very important for us, and so we want to price these contracts at a very good at a very competitive price, and that's what our data analytical tool set works on. So what are the problems that the sales services side was facing was that the clients had a list of requirements that they had. That's called RFP. RFP is a request for proposal that can be a really long document, and it is the IBM SMEs, like the sales leaders, have to analyze and understand what the client requirements are, how do they map to our services, and then how can we cost and we can price them competitively. So the services could be anywhere. They could be offshore or onshore. Their volumes may differ in different geographies, and so pricing them based on their market, based on the market value, based on what the competitors are offering them, that's really important. And so doing all this homework takes a long time. Sometimes you miss the deadlines of the contracts because we haven't finished doing the evaluation of the client requirements. The other thing is that sometimes you do not have a very good vision of what the market pricing is or what the competitor pricing is. So sometimes after signing the contract, it can be that, oh, you sold it at a loss, and then IBM has to value the contract, but it's going to get a loss or something. So we want to avoid that. And so market pricing is very important here. And then lastly is win prediction. So you cannot the management cannot sit and always analyze each and every contract that's going through and see which is the contract we are winning, which we are losing, etc. They have to be in constant communication, etc. So there was no analytics which was looking at how the contract was progressing day by day. So for that, what we did was we said that we want to approach this problem in a set of by building a bunch of tools which looks at each and every stage of the contract cycle and builds a tool around that based on the information we have of the contract at that stage. So there was a lot of data, structured and unstructured data. And as you can see on the right side, these are the top some of the features that we have of the contract that we felt were important to identify whether we are winning the contract or losing it. So as you can see, like the type of the client is one of the most important features here. That means if the client is somebody who's just a returning customer, so a customer who has already purchased some IBM services, then the chances are that he would buy services from us again, and he would grant us the contract is quite high. Also, like the relationship or the deal executive, sometimes a set of people are quite good and competitive enough to be able to win those deals. So that does matter. And then how many number of competitors are there? If there are less number of competitors or more, that those are like some of the features that help I show give us some idea of how the contract would go, would it go in our favor or not. So these are like a few set of features, but more essentially, the contract cycle is quite varied. So there's you identify an opportunity, you validate it, and then you pursue, and then you want to sign the contract. So we built three analytical tools. One was about analyzing the contracts with unstructured data, where we use System T to pass through the document and get those entities and understand what the client requirements are. The second one was doing price to win and market benchmarking, where we gathered the information of the market pricing for similar services. And then we built our own prediction patterns and came up with what is the competitive price that we can sell them. And then last was pursuing and deal closure prediction. So that was purely a Python based tool where we used some state of the art libraries and analyzed how soon would we win the contract, or will we win the contract, or based on some of the data that we had. Sometimes also you have to reprice a deal because certain markets have changed or the competitors have changed, or anything can happen before when you meet the client for the first time and then by the time you sign the contract, right? So in order to ensure that you're competitively pricing the deal, you may have to reprice it, and that's where a lot of automation is required, because you cannot have everyone sitting on top of each and every service and pricing all the time. So you want a lot of automation in that. So for this reason we built these data analytical tools. They're sort of confidential, so I cannot really demo them here, but we some of the libraries we used were machine learning based, and some we built on our own. And so we had a good business impact, a lot of patents and papers, and we got the accomplishment award also for that. And we were the finalist at an operational research conference, the Edelman Award. That's where we were the finalists. And so through our work, what we did was we helped business analyze what is the good price estimate. We helped analyze documents, and we helped predict what is the possibility of winning the deal. I would admit not all the data tools were completely in Python. They were a mixture of Python and Java, JavaScript, etc. But a lot of POCs were done in Python. So I think it was really good to know how we could use the descriptive and predictive analytics and make use of them to get a good substantial business impact. So, for more details, of course, you can reach me out on LinkedIn. I think that's the best way we can talk.